Good evening. Welcome to Injustice Investigations. I am your host, Al Scott. As always, we thank you for tuning in to our live broadcast, and we hope and trust that you all have had a wonderful day. Because with everything that's going on in the world, if your heart is right, it has to trouble you sometimes. Because just when you get over one hill and another hill, and you look further up, there are more hills waiting on you. Nina, Samir TV, Patricia, love you big time. Thank you all for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. We're going to touch on some things that I wanted to touch on last night, but I don't think we're going to be able to get through everything again because there's a lot of information and I'm only here for an hour. So these topics may go on until Wednesday of next week. What we're doing is we're gathering data on police shootings in the United States. And as well as we're doing that, we're asking the question that many people don't want to be asked or don't have an answer for the question. The question is, why are there so many police officers in the United States killing people and other people have two thoughts? They didn't do anything wrong, talking about the cops. Or I thought, and we know what I thought means. So many black brothers and sisters have been executed on two words. I thought. Just two words. I thought. Jackie West, good evening to you. I'm doing well. To God be the glory for that. Dana Hudson, good evening. Miss Shonda Knight, good evening. I think you're late. We'll talk later. Since you brought up that, I'm walking with a cane. But today I decided I'm going to try not to use it. So I just put it in the car. And because I know I need to exercise and try to, get my legs back together, so to say. So I went into a department store today, and man, that pain came, and I just leaned against the shelf and called Central. I said I was trying to walk without it because I don't like using it. But hopefully, in due time, things will get better to where I don't have to have a cane because I feel like an old 80-year-old man walking around. Don't like it at all. One of the problems in the United States when it comes to police shootings and police accountability. One of the major problems is, Jackie West, good evening to you. Summer Breeze, good evening to you as well. One of the biggest problems with this is not just the police. They're the reason why things are going on. But the biggest problem when we don't arrest and prosecute killer cops comes from the ones who should be holding them accountable, and they're not doing it. Miss Knight, I love you big time. Thank you so much. She says, always keep doing what you're doing. You always stand up for what's right. Amen, amen. And I tell people all the time, concerning me, it's not about who's wrong or who's right. It's about justice, not about taking sides. It's not about uh, how many black people can you kill in a year. There is a game out. I don't know if you've seen it. Some police officers don't see a problem with it, but I do. And so, that's where it comes in where uh, we're not we're not taking sides. Uh, Basically, we always say, "I'm not always right, and you're not always wrong." And when truth matters, come see me. Come see me, because it's never about taking sides. It's about trying to help correct what's wrong. But in doing that, we also have to be careful that we don't become like the conduct we're saying we're trying to get rid of. I see you. It is 7:06 p.m. Shreveport, Louisiana. Forgive me, I'm late. Miss Fabs, I don't know what's going on with you, but you've been late for about 2 weeks now. About 2 weeks. We'll talk. We'll talk. So, um, one of the things some police officers are meeting behind closed doors about, and you may have heard it, and they're meeting with lawmakers. They're meeting with them because they want to make it illegal for anyone to film the police. Hey, Rhonda! I love you big time. So, my thing with that, uh, if you're doing your job according to policy, why would you be concerned about citizens filming you? Why? If you know what you're doing is right, then why you don't want to be filmed? Why is that a problem to you? It shouldn't be. But it's simple. They don't want you to continue catching them whooping a black man's ass or dragging him up and down the street or putting 7 bullets in him just because they had a gun. We don't need the public to see that. And a lot of Republicans like what they're hearing. If you've done nothing wrong, the last thing on your mind should be who's filming me. Sometimes you'll have cops come and say, give me that, that's evidence. No, I'm not giving you shit. If you want this, I suggest you go and get a warrant to get my phone, because I'm not going to give it to you. And it is not against the law for you not to give it to me. It's just that simple. If you have been recording something, my advice is to send it to cloud or send it somewhere else, and you need to save it. Because if that cop get his hands on that phone, they're going to return it. After they send it to their expert, sometimes at the FBI agency, to cut this, cut that, cut this, cut that. It's a, Eddie Moore, good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in tonight. So that's a major problem. Another problem is that you you have a ready answer for killing someone. A ready answer. That bothers me. They would take a video, and I argued with someone about this the other day. No, I said, you can do that. They can't do that now. You know it's been edited. I had to be talking to a certified Louisiana jackass. The experts can get it done. It's simple. It's like YouTube. A part we don't like, or we shouldn't have said, or whatever, we can take it, edit it, get it out of there. It's just that simple. If they are opposing police reform, that's another problem. That's a serious problem. Police officers are prosecuted for murders in less than 2% of fatal shootings. So that means every year about 1,000 black people will be killed by the police. There may be some whites in that, but every year, if it's not at 1,000, it's about a day away. And these cops, most of them, are not being prosecuted. So when you put someone in a seat, appointed or elected, you expect for them to do the right thing. But when they don't, we must investigate and expose. There's no meeting of the minds to say, blase, blase. No, you have to go. So why are there so many prosecutors in the United States that don't want to prosecute cops? Well, it's a brotherhood thing. It's a sisterhood thing. It's a clique. When you can watch a video, and sometimes in real time, and you see our people being executed for nothing. If that don't bother you, you have to be a monster in human form, because that should bother you. That should bother you that every day in the United States, someone is getting shot and killed by the police. And nothing is being done. Nothing is being done. And here's why some things that we need to happen in order to get real police reform. We're going to have to stop sitting down waiting on help. We waited on Dr. King. We waited on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We waited on Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crump, former President Barack Hussein Obama. We're waiting on them to fix our problem. And in doing that, That in itself is a problem. We have to take care of our community. We have to help us. That's it. Because the real police change that we need, we have to fight to get it. We're approaching the 11 o'clock hour, and things are getting worse. They're not getting any better at all. Shreveport Police Department, I think they said that they're going to buy at least 400 body cams. Well, here's the thing about the body cams. I used to think we needed them because then we're going to get the truth. But when the body cam is recorded, the officer has the ability to cut it off and turn it back on. And police officers should not be allowed to do that. You take Amber Gallia, who killed Botman Jr. Some things was captured. They kept it quiet. They kept it quiet. It's a family affair. We will protect each other. As long as we sit and wait for them to fix it, I promise you, heaven bagging me up, it won't get fixed. It won't. Nothing will change. It is earthly sad when I watch a video of a black guy being beat down, being cussed at. He's begging for his life. Don't kill me. Mr. Officer, even in being tortured, he was still trying to respect the officer. But they don't give a damn about that. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. I can't breathe. Bullshit. You're talking. And then we lie to the family about how their child died. But then we get the video. Nothing they said was true. It is of great urgency that we, the people, whether you're a public figure or not, get involved in what's going on. And I don't say that because one day it might be your child, but it might be your child one day. I said that because it won't change the way we need it to change if we're not there. We're not going to let them draft up what they think is a great police reform. They're not going to do it. So getting body cams for police officers is a waste of time. They don't need body cams. They don't need dash cams. And I tell you why. Again, they gonna lie about what you say you see. We thought when we first heard about body cams on cops, a lot of black people, including me, yeah, now we're gonna get it right. That instrument there played a role in a lot of people being beat down and killed. We thought it was our lifeline. It wasn't. So why do cops need body cams when they're going to tell a different story? Why do cops need body cams when they're going to write up a report in their favor? Some of y'all may be saying, "But Scott, this makes no earthly sense," but it does. It does. That's one of the parts of holding police officers accountable for the things that they do. Christopher, good evening to you and welcome. Eddie Moore, good evening to you and welcome. Rhonda, good evening. It has to be another agency that investigate problems with police officers. It has to be another agency. That's not nowhere in the police department building. Because they're going to stick together. They are going to stick together no matter what. Some prosecutors would be honest and tell you, well, I don't want to offend such and such, and I don't think it was that big of a deal. I'm sad it happened. A outside agency must be formed, and it is of great urgency that we do this. We have to. They are not serving and protecting us. They are abusing and killing us. You call an officer for a child or someone in your home who's acting up. You don't want the person to go to jail, but since they're not listening to you, as the elders would say, I'm gonna call them white people. They're gonna get your mind right. But lately, they've been killing the kids. So when things are out of control, if I call the police, I'm gonna take a chance of them killing my child, and that's trouble. That's trouble. Now we not only have children saying they're scared of police officers. You have adults saying, I'm scared. You heard it on the video, I'm scared. If you are scared of the people who are protecting you, that's a problem. That's a serious problem. And I keep saying this, we cannot fix what's wrong with the police in this country at the academy. It's a mind thing. It's just like you're trying to get a job, and someone comes and gives you a very impressive resume, and you hire them, and then things don't go well. We hire anybody to be a police officer in the United States. GED, high school diploma. When I listen to judges and prosecutors come and say justifiable homicide, that really pisses me off. Every shooting, y'all, cannot be a justifiable homicide. The body cams must go. The dash cams must go because it didn't do no good for us. It got worse. And when you see a cop standing there or beating somebody's ass or shooting them, you're filming it right there. And they fucking looking at you. And they won't stop. It gets worse for the victim. So the cop is saying, fuck you. You can film me all fucking day. And they cocky. They say that with gospel conviction because they're protected. They're protected. They protect each other. The Department of Justice should launch a major investigation into every police department in the United States. But they should never tell them when they're coming to look at their files or see what's going on. I don't know how you look at a video and you see something different than what maybe a million people see. We have a serious problem. We have a serious problem when grown men and women are saying, I'm scared of the police. And in all honesty, I mean, I don't know if some of y'all would agree to this, they have a reason to be scared. If a cop pulls you over, you don't know what demon is about to come out. And it's not only white cops, you got nigger cops. Sometimes can be worse than the white one. Those people that should be holding officers accountable should be relieved of their duties. One prosecutor one time wrote up why she wasn't going to charge the police officer. And when they looked at the police report and the video, like, how could you not want to prosecute him for what he just did? So their way of getting out of this because they don't want to prosecute any that's in the club. Well, I don't see anything. So what I'm going to do, because I believe it's the right thing to do, I'm just going to type up a letter and let the grand jury decide what should we do, because we have some evidence, but I don't think it'll be enough to get a conviction. It happens every day. It happens more than you know it. With in Monroe the other week, and a lady was saying she was being pulled over by a police officer, and it was a dark road, she said, and it was raining, and she is terrified. This is a grown woman because she knew she didn't do anything. So what she did was she called 911, told them what was going on. I'm not speeding. I'm going at an extremely low pace, which means I'm not running from the officer. But I'm a woman, and it's pitch dark on this road. I must get to where some lighting is at. And any good police officer would respect that. They would. police departments in this country hasn't ever given black people a reason to trust them. They haven't. And when we said justifiable homicide, and we know it shouldn't be two words there, it should be murder, it should be homicide. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. We have to get back to a point to where kids are no longer afraid of the police. They'll still run to them. But now they know if they run to them, hell, they might get killed. So again, as I said last night, if we don't get to the people that won't hold police officers accountable, they must go. They must go. When you have video footage, well, I can't show it to the public right now. Why not? Why not? Why not? You call the victim's name when you kill him. Tell where they live, the whole history. The whole history. Things are only going to get worse. Most, I think it's over 17,000 police departments in the United States. Every one of those departments, every one, not some, not half, not the majority, every one of them should have to have an individual from the Department of Justice riding with them. And we're not riding to hang out with each other. I just want to know what you do on a daily basis. And they should film everything from beginning to end. It might sound crazy, but that's just my opinion. We can't keep going to the funeral home of our kids. And then when you ask them to explain, they talk to you about your child as if he wasn't nothing but a damn dog. You'll get another one. It is extremely hard to prosecute officers in the United States. So laws must be addressed, laws must be changed. Everyone in a police department should be investigated, and it should start from the first day they became a police officer. We should see that disciplinary reports, everything. You go back to video, it's just not time to see it, but they will see it. I don't know if that will work, but what do we have to lose? I need to know what they're doing. And I've said this a million times. If we get to a point to where we're terrified of the police, people are going to have to start taking matters into their own hands. We don't get a flag lowered for the black person that's laying in that casket. But when an officer has been shot, especially white, in the United States, they must have all the damn bells and whistles. And the first thing the police chief will tell you, we will not tolerate violence in this city. We will not tolerate it. I don't know if you know what you're saying or if you just crazy or you're serious. An officer's picture is put up probably 20 times a damn day. And they want us to feel sorry for the cops that's dead. And I don't. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about a cop dying. I don't. And I'm like that because of the way they treat everyone in this country. I don't give a fuck. I don't. It happens to people of color every day when their lives are interrupted from a diabolical, wicked, deranged lunatic. It happens. You need to take a psychological test. The system must go back to the first day that officer popped out of his mother's womb. He must be studied. And if you're talking about transparency, remember you pay their salary. So since I pay their salary, I don't think you need to talk all the damn time. I think today will be a great day for you to shut your damn mouth and listen to me. It's just that simple. Listen to me. Things have to change. But if you keep singing that old sad song, I know someday it'll never change. It's not going to change. And another reason it's not going to change is because we keep sitting on our asses and saying absolutely nothing. Or if you do, don't know why they cop do that person like that. That's all you're going to say. A proclamation has been issued to every police department in the United States. I don't give a damn how you do it. I don't give a damn when you do it. But find people of color, whoop their ass, beat them, send them to jail, lie about what happened. That's what they do. They lie about what happened. And they come to the mic still talking about your child as if your child ain't shit. So the academy will not be able to fix this. Psychologists, psychiatrists, and experts must interview these people. Don't be too quick to give them a badge and a gun. And when you're interviewing these people, I think a website should be established because I want to see you speaking to this man or this woman. I need to hear what they're saying. I need to look at them and begin to connect with an individual, which will tell me if he or she is lying or not. The public must be able to go on that website and look at any police officer's disciplinaries. I need to see it. I need to see it. You need to start a meeting amongst yourselves. And how are you going to do it? You must do that. If you're for what's right, you must do it. You cannot say, I'm protecting the country. It's just, they're like assassins. The order has been given. Knock the black man off. Knock the black woman off. So many kids have been killed by cops. Some we know about, others we don't. And there was no justice. There was no justice. And the only reason we didn't hear about them was because their case did not go nationwide. Yes, okay, yes, I think I answered that. Christopher, thank you so much. Valerie, I love you big time, and I really appreciate you saying that. And I love what I do. If you go and speak to their family, if you go and speak to their neighbors, if you go and speak to where they went to school, this will play a major role in whether or not we give this individual a badge and a gun. I never imagined in my life that we would be terrified of the police. Never. If we can't trust the police to protect us, what do we do? I told you this story before. They always beg in the public to give them tips about someone they're looking for. You will see it every day, all through your timeline on Facebook. A little boy was outside playing, a little white boy, and he saw the police, and he ran and hid behind the truck. And it was captured on the home video clip. And when they asked him why did he do it, he said, I didn't want to get shot on. Tammy always 100. I love you big time. Good to see you. I must be able to sue a police officer. I must be able to have a police officer's pension. A website like that should be set up. But before we go, when you're filming the police, and I'm encouraging everyone on here to film the police, here's what you don't do. I don't want you to call him old dirty ass pig, white motherfucker, you fat bitch, and blah say, blah say. I'm filming you. I got it all on tape. I'm filming you right now, bitch ass. That's gonna make it extremely worse for the one the officer is dealing with. So the best thing you can do when you're filming, you don't have to tell them you're filming. I think some of them are smart enough when they see this here turned at them. I think some of them are smart enough to go like, they filming. And they will tell you, I don't give a fuck about you filming me. You want my last number? There it is right there. You want my name? They cocky like that because they are protected under a crooked ass system. If we do what we always did, we will get what we always got. So that simply means we must address this issue in a new way because the old methods are not working. Some of these governors are so pissed that Chauvin is locked up. Now they're doing everything they can to make it hard for black people to vote and do different things. They're upset because that was a justifiable homicide. It wasn't. I don't need a cop at home. Thank you so much, Tammy. I love you big time. Anyway, if you see something, say something. This is a police officer. We can't do it alone. We're doing the best we can. But if you don't have any evidence and nobody will talk to us, I mean, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. Okay. And that right there is a damn lie. It's a damn lie. They know what to do. They don't want to do it. They don't want things to change. They don't feel your emotions. They don't realize when they kill one of us, that child is cried about every day about her baby. They don't give a damn about you too. They don't. They police officers, and I know this for a fact, and I said it before, and I said it again, are about to start receiving what they've been dishing out. We can't keep sitting down because you wear a badge and a gun and you done took our loved ones and you still enjoying life. You're still getting a check. I'm trying to come up with money to bury my child that you killed for no reason. I don't need a cop like the one, I can't think of his name, that killed Michael Brown. I don't need him on paid administrative leave. I don't want him. Well, I can't stop it, but while people are mourning for their loved one, this cop is enjoying life, going through life, floating like everything is okay, and it is. It is. So it is not going to be fixed with white people. Their blues are not like yours. Blacks have to be at the table. Shreveport police, this time last year, were shorthanded. I went to do a story, I think, over in Cedar Grove or something, I think. And a shooting had occurred the night before. And I think 2 people got shot, I think. So we went over there to film. And some of the officers there, they was upset. And they was saying, why in the fuck are you filming me? Get this, get that. You see this? Boom, kicking. But you are shorthanded on police officers. Last year, this year, it's the same story. It's the same damn story. We don't have enough police officers. Well, have you ever thought about maybe you're losing them because they don't want to be a part of this bullshit? Another night, the next day, another shooting. That night, we went to go over there. I called someone and I asked them, I said, I want to ask you a question because I had seen one police in this neighborhood and the shooting had happened the night before. The individual was honest. She said, we don't have enough people to work on weekends. So when I'm going to film something or talk with someone about what something happened, about what happened, especially if it involves death, in that area, I would think I would be seeing police officers patrolling that area. I didn't see one. I didn't see one come. It is time for the returning of badges. It is time for returning guns. I need to know who you're trying to give a badge and a gun to. Because if they do wrong and mess up, I don't want you to tell me nothing about the academy. If it was a way that the academy could fix it, don't you think it would have been fixed decades ago? It's not about the academy. It's about crooked cops. It's about criminals on patrol. I can't trust you. I can't. You try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it gets worse. After the killing of George Floyd went all around the world, many people were still being beaten and shot and killed. When Chauvin killed George Floyd, blacks were still being harassed and killed by the police. After he was found guilty on 1, 2, 3 charges, the people were pissed. They were pissed because you have locked up one of ours and you sentenced them. I don't like that. When you hear an officer talk like that, a DA, you need to bring that attention to the media. You need to record that conversation with your phone. Every time you're trying to get them to do right and you want to know blase, send them an email. Because if you don't, they're going to lie and say, no, I didn't say that. I don't think I even talked to you. Before it was a police department, it was a group of white men. And they called themselves Slave Patrol. So Before you got the police department, you had slave patrol that was out to kill niggas, take their freedom papers back. So with that being said, nothing has changed because the same people are in those seats. Oh, I know the names are different. The faces are different. But the same people are there. All we did was get rid of the trouble to bring more trouble because of their hidden agenda. Valerie says the police used to be an officer friendly, and now they're officers killers. I agree a million times. Exactly, Tammy. I'm glad you brought that up. They're trying to bring up George Floyd's trial again. They protected Amber Guyton. They let her move out the apartment quietly in the wee hours of the morning. And I'm positive a police union paid that bail. I don't know if you remember, but a lot of police chiefs throughout the United States were speaking, and the majority of them was pissed. Was pissed. When I see a cop now, I look at him. Sometimes I'm trying to feel them. I'm trying to read them. They are so cocky on that job. And they will be riding, smiling, and it's probably the officer who killed the black guy the night before. Amber Guyton says, I want to get out of prison with time served. She was given 10 years. That was too much. You had the black judge who came down from the bench, got Amber Guyton a Bible because she alleged she whispered in her ear and said, I need a Bible, and something like, do you think God will forgive me? And she said, yes. I just want a Bible. Okay. She went and got the Bible. That's out of order for a judge to do. Once the judge hands down the sentence and that gavel, boom! You don't walk out where the people are sitting. You go through that side door. That's it. You don't come down from the bench to put your loving arms around a white woman who killed a black man. That's not how the justice system should work. It's not. It's not. We get so excited, most of us, when we hear this is the first black chief, first black detective, first best black prosecutor we've had. And their record is squeaky clean. No, their record is not squeaky clean, but it's squeaky. If you don't have a problem and you're a police officer with every time somebody is shot and killed by the police, especially that's unarmed, I think you should resign. I think you should be terminated because you are in agreement with what happened to that person and they did absolutely nothing wrong. I think you should be terminated. I think, I said this earlier, I'll say it again before we get out of here. I think it, right after a cop shoots or kills someone, I don't want to have to wait 2 or 3 days for the name to pop up. I need that name right at the same time you call the victim name, because you're going to go and the media is going to go and pull him up, do a background check on him. Well, when he was 14, he went into a little grocery store and he put about 5 pieces of bubble gum in his pocket. Okay, so what the fuck does that have to do with what just happened? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. As black people, we cannot do this alone. We can't. Good evening, Miss Roy. We cannot do this alone. Valerie says, and all of the marching and protesting is not doing any good. Oh! Hallelujah! 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 Thank you, Jesus. I keep saying that. That's bullshit. That's a waste of fucking time. And when do y'all go to fucking work? Because y'all been out here protesting for 4 goddamn months, ain't that happened. That's the first thing that we must get done. That's the first damn thing right there. That's the first thing. Protesting in 2021 don't mean a damn thing. It doesn't. It doesn't. So, since it's not working like it used to work, common sense would tell me, okay, I have to find a new way to attack this issue. Because marching, hear me good, quote me, marching, protesting after a white cop killed a person of color, that makes it extremely worse for blacks. That makes it extremely worse for blacks. We have to do better. We must do better, because when we are protesting, the hell you springing for? He stopped resisting. He was resisting. He was resisting what? Fucking air. And you protest, and you're told when to protest, when to end it. Well, you may as well tell me what the fuck to say, since we're doing all that. But blacks began to be so focused on police officers doing a protest, they kept killing people. They kept beating them. A guy, I think it was at CNN, they thought their mic was off. But one of the guys said, did you hear what he did to that guy? Yeah, I was standing right there. You saw? Yeah, I saw it too. I was standing right there. He just walked up, and it was about 200 or 300 people, and he just walked up with his helmet on and the shield and his other shield, and walked up and pulled the spray out. Get back! Get back! Get back! Boom! Start spraying. And they said, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And when CNN spoke once about protesting, she said, the cops went over there just to agitate the protesters. That's why when they come and riot here. I don't even know what they're coming for. The same issue that we're talking about is the same shit, yeah, cops are still doing to us. They didn't get the memo. Nothing has changed. Save your money for buying a white poster board and a black permanent marker. Save your money. Save your money. And here's what you can do with your money. You can see what that thing down there means. Says something about cash out, then PayPal. You will be rewarded. I love you guys. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about what would police reform in the United States look like. I've been said they were wasting time. Tammy, somebody said they're just wasting time. And she is exactly right. Marching ain't doing a damn thing. Some of you are getting beat and getting thrown in jail, shot, killed. There has to be a smart person somewhere and say, man, we got to cut this. We got to figure out something else to do. But I love what, I can't think of the congressman's name. He said, if you get in trouble, get in good trouble. Get in good trouble. I think he means do the right thing, even if it means you might get arrested. Do the right thing. But the protests, they have a bill. I don't know if they pass it. I just thought about it. And the bill, y'all gonna think I'm lying. The bill says cops can get in their vehicle and run through protesters. So you said that in public. Is this a dream? Is it April 1st? So what does that say? They are listening to what we're saying. But they're not listening to try and understand. They're not. And it's very sad in the United States right now. You can't call a cop. You cannot call a cop. I've never trusted them. I haven't always done right, but I haven't always done wrong either. But I think it was Valerie said that actually. We must end the protest. Well, Mr. Scott, what are we going to do? We're going to sit at the table. We're going to sit at the table. And we're going to look at laws that protect killer cops. And we're going to demand that law be thrown out. We're going to demand that video, that body cam be released right now in the officer's name. Lisa Caldwell says, thank you, Mr. Scott, for being a real man. I love you big time. Thank you so much. You don't tell me how we're going to do the police reform. You're going to listen to the people. The cops are not going to talk. The DA is not going to talk. You're going to listen to the people for a change. As hard as it will be, I think the media or someone should start filming the bereaved. And I said that because if you have a heart, and if you watch that video, it don't have to be but 2 or 3 minutes. If you watch that video and you look at how you broke that family down, and the mother says, when he left, it's like he took a piece of me. You need to see the tears. You need to see the children that no longer has a daddy or a mother. And in doing that, I would hope that something would touch you and move you to get in line. Because right now, you're out of order. Okay, we're going to do this last one. We're going to get out of here. Valerie says, call Pookie and their friends. Don't call the police. If you call them for help, you may as well say our goodbyes. You just preached. You just preached. Don't do it. Call a family member, a friend, somebody to try to de-escalate the situation. Because cops are not giving a damn what you're saying when they're doing what they're doing. But we need to be able to see that video immediately. It's just as simple as that. The media now should not be allowed to go and pull up the victim's criminal history, especially if it don't have a damn thing to do with that person's death. It's not enough they're dead. Now you're doing background checks on them, and you're trying to discredit them, get the people to see them as nothing. The media should not be allowed to do that. And it should be a hefty fine if they do. If you want to do a background check on someone, I may not agree to this. I think you should do a background check on that officer. Because I told you this before, and some of you probably saw it, in Florida and California, they had to immediately release some officers when some information broke out. The information simply said they're KKK officers at your department. So the right person found out and did the story. You should not be able to take your body cam and do this. You cut it off. But you can cut it right back on. I can't grasp the reason why you cut your body cam off, especially when there's been an officer involved shooting and you're the suspect. That right there tells me you knew you done wrong. And so you're trying to talk with your buddies about how do I fix it? How do I fix it? You want to make that person out to be nothing. Well, you know, he was on drugs. I don't give a damn what he was on. I don't give a damn about that. I want to know why he's dead. Well, he served 6 years in prison for whatever crime it was, and then he got out on parole and he went back. So he didn't change. No, he didn't try to change. I just don't think that right there should be connected to the case, because there's no logical reason. You give a reason, but there's no logical reason. There's no logical. It's simple. It's simple. Conversation changes things. Conversation. We have to get to the table, and we have to stop, especially as people of color. We have to stop looking for somebody to save us. That's one of the biggest problems, being caught up in a system that don't give a damn about you. Not a damn. You get up on and we're gonna get out of here. I understand we need help sometimes. You have a child, you get food stamps. Then you have another child, food stamp goes up. Another goes up. You're not working, you get a house probably for $80 a month. The people who really pay rent, of course, their monthly rent is $1,700. And you get out just like that. There's nobody for us to wait on. We can either be a part of getting the system right or be part of the problem. It's just that simple. Everything you used to deal with back in the day may not work in 2021. But when you protest, I want you to, after you go home, I want you to look at that video. And I want you to look at blacks being attacked. I want you to look at black people peacefully protesting, but being and it's my hope that when you see this, that you would begin to realize protesting is doing more harm than good. This is 2021. It's not 1821. You have a voice, and that voice needs to be heard. You play on Facebook all day long like your family. You're sharing all kind of bullshit. Cardi B ass up in the air. Wow. You're sharing that. Somebody got pregnant. Yeah, boom, boom. You're sharing that. Somebody out there at a party, drunk, acting a complete jackass. You film that. But when you see people of color being attacked or being killed, all you have to say is, that is so sad. That's just wrong for them to do that. Well, since you said it's wrong for them to do that and it's sad, you need to now check yourself. You need to check yourself. You need to have a meeting of the minds and realize that what you're doing not only is not working like it used to, you're making it worse for black people who are not doing anything but out there marching because they're fed up. I know y'all are fed up. I know. But you know what? The powers that be, oh, God, I'm late. The powers that be, don't give a damn. They don't. You're going to protest, I think, the stats one time said, blacks will protest for about, I think, 2 months, and then it's back to this normal life. So they're telling you, I'm going to fuck with you. I'm covered. They will not touch me. I know how to write the report. My boss said it was justifiable homicide. So your boss said that officer that shot Jacob Blake in the back 7 times, after looking at the video, you said the officer was justified. You know what I think? I think it would be justified if your ass got fired right then and there and lose all your damn benefits, pensions and everything, because you two are part of the problem, because you don't want to prosecute killer cops. And you got cops, judges, lawyers behind closed doors calling the judges, the DAs, do this, don't do this, don't do that. And these are people with power, and they don't want to offend them. It's kind of like Kurt Franklin in a song says, some of this we've gotten too comfortable because we don't want to offend anybody. We don't say the word God. We don't want to offend the Jews. So we crucify him afresh all over again. This is not the job for you. It's not. It's just not. Every police department in the United States must be investigated. No body cams should be made so an officer can cut it on and off. I mean, how dumb was that? Why do you need to control it? Since he can cut it on and off, do you know he can just really do some fucking damage? I told you last night, the guy that killed Michael Brown, he went on vacation, got married. While Michael Brown was being laid to rest, he was standing at the altar. So what does that say? He don't have any remorse. I don't even know why people look for people to have remorse and you already know they don't. That shouldn't offend you because they don't think what they did was wrong. That shouldn't bother you. Because if I got to make you say, I apologize, you're not apologizing. That's not you. That's me. I shouldn't have to ask you to come to the mic and address the issue. I think every police officer and every chief, every time someone is killed by a cop, need to go to that family's house and sit with them and explain to them why it's justifiable homicide. It needs to be a video that has not been edited. It needs to be a video that goes longer than 20 seconds. Jackie West, I love you big time. Thank you so much. Tamara always 100 says, black people calling the police to help is now suicide. And that's it. Suicide by cop. I wouldn't call a police for a goddamn thing. Especially in Shreveport, and I know half of them don't like my black ass. That will be a wonderful opportunity for them to put a bullet in their legs for. It's a sad day when we're terrified of the people that should be protecting us. I love you. I wish you all the best tonight. I apologize for going over. Thank you, Wes, but sometimes it happens because I just want you all to know how serious this is. It's serious. If they locked up Sharma, wouldn't you think if he was a cop, logical thinking, we need to stop doing this. Now they're locking our ass up. But they didn't. They killed. They beat. They tortured. Because they don't give a damn. Their bodies without a soul. But I need that website to address this issue. Well, we can't because it's evidence. We know it's evidence, but you releasing it to the public right then and there, that don't harm the goddamn evidence. They see exactly what it is. So that don't make no damn sense. But now, if you're planning on editing the video, oh, okay. Well, just let us know when you get it. How your mama doing? That's good. All right, we got to get out of here. I love you all big time. And hopefully, I may do a show tomorrow about 1 o'clock. And hopefully, if I get the call tonight, we will do that. Okay, as always, we charge no one for helping us. If you're able, please send some funds to the Cash App or the PayPal account. If you like what we're doing, share the video. If you are on our Injustice Investigations Facebook page, I urge you to write a review. I don't want you to write it up just and knowing that it will make me happy if it's good. If there's some things you don't like, some things should be changed, then we need to hear them. So look at the page, study the page, and then write your review. I'm Al Scott. Remember, I'm not always right, and you are not always wrong. Y'all have a good night. I gotta get some water.